Nico Harrison, brother, you have a monster set of kahunas for that trade because I don't know why else you would do that trade. We got that. We got the Jimmy Butler saga. The Golden State Warriors are desperate. Cooper Kupp is forced out of LA. We got so much trade crap going on right now.
Yep.
We got that. We got the Senior Bowl. And we got our faces. But first, this episode is brought to you by Huga House. Huga House. This episode is brought to you by Huga House. Looking for the top of the line quality hats, beanies, long sleeves, and hoodies at a competitive price. Check out Huga House and use code FLAG15 for 15% off your purchase. That's FLAG15 for 15% off at checkout.
Absolutely.
Worn by people such as Aaron Rodgers, Shane Gillis, Shohei Ohtani, Josh Allen, and more. Shop Huga House today. You know your boys got it on the hat.
Yes, sir. I was about to
Got
say,
the
show them the
hoodie going
merch.
on.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely fire quality, top
Let's
of the
go.
line material. So make
Let's
sure
go.
you go get that, and please make sure you use code FLAG15. Score yourself a great deal here. But let's get into it. Jordan, what is up, brother?
What's going on? First off, I want to say, what's up, people? I feel like, well, you know, you've seen Cole, you've seen me if you've been on our YouTube and stuff as far as like our shorts and everything. But this is the first time you're seeing us like in this format as far as like the actual pod is concerned. So I want to say, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, bro? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, we had to do a little upgrade today because we got the Huga House coming on.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, we had to make the upgrade because we have a very special guest coming this Friday on Flag on the Take YouTube. That's
Yep.
right. Host of the Locked On Orioles podcast, Connor Newcomb, will be joining us talking Orioles baseball and just talking baseball in general. I'm super pumped for that interview. Connor is a very, very smart guy when it comes to baseball. He knows all about the analytics and about all that good stuff. So I'm very thrilled to have him on and his knowledge. I'm very looking forward to it. That's coming this Friday. So this week we will have a twofer for the people. It's going to be sick.
Absolutely.
So we will be moving on now, and let's get started with trade talks. Jordan, what is going on in the NBA?
So far, we got a couple of different things, but let's start with the big one. We got Luka Dončić going to the Los Angeles Lakers. For AD and I don't even know who else was it, bro.
So it was Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris for Anthony Davis and Max Christie and one first-round pick.
Oh, this is
You
the
see that?
craziest trade.
That's how many first-round picks
De'Aaron just got
the
traded
Dallas
for 3.
Mavericks got.
De'Aaron just got traded for 3.
Dude, Mikal Bridges got traded for 5.
Yeah.
5 is bigger than 1, brother.
That's
This
wild.
is absolutely absurd. Nico, I've been saying this to everyone that I've talked to about this. This had to have been like Nico Harrison was just absolutely plastered after the Royal Rumble and was like, yo, Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis would be sick.
Well, you remember that time when Luka was just talking about that they were trading not trading, but they were like letting go of everybody, firing everybody that he liked. So I
Yeah.
feel like this was a long time coming in that sense. I mean, maybe not like this, or even if they did trade him, like get something better for it. It's a little wild to see how it actually went down and where he ended up. But I feel like the writing was on the wall just as far as like the relationship. And I also feel like, you know, you got him and Kyrie. They're both ball dominant people. So I don't know how much longer that was going to go on either. I feel like they were making it work at some juncture. But at the end of the day, you know, Kyrie's going to be Kyrie. We'll see what he does with a big. But yeah, I think this is kind of crazy.
No, it's actually insane because Luka Dončić, 25 years old, he's been in the league 6 years, has made 5 first-team All-NBA, and he just took them to the finals.
Exactly.
He just took them to the finals. And they were like, nah, get him out. He's a fatso. Get him out. Tired of him.
Didn't they say he's
Like-
like 270? Weighed in at 270?
Who gives a shit? He dropped
no, I'm just saying.
40-point triple-doubles.
I'm just saying. First, that's a little wild, though. That's a little wild for him to be bigger than Nick Bosa. But it's just a little bit. But
He's also
yeah,
6'7".
that's true, too. I mean, you're going to pack on.
Nick's
you're
like
gonna be-
6'3".
Yeah. Because Luka doesn't.
like-
Luka's he's a stocky dude. He don't look 270, but when you're that tall, you pack on more weight and you hide it a
I
little
don't
bit better.
care how much he weighs. 40-point triple-doubles, sign
Yeah.
me up.
Oh,
He
yeah, it
just
doesn't
took
matter.
them to the finals.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, he's a fatso. Get him out.
They were like, we don't care. We do not
Did
care.
you see that crazy Mark Cuban quote that came back out about what he said about Luka when they
What'd he
drafted
say?
him?
What'd he say?
So it was like back in like 2020. They were like, he was like, would I if it came down to like trading Luka Dončić or divorcing my wife, you would catch me at the.
Oh no, I
Augusta
did see
tournament.
that. Yeah, I saw that on like
Yeah.
Bleacher Report or something. Yeah.
Bro
I saw
literally
that.
said he would rather divorce his wife than trade Luka Dončić. Bro
Yeah.
sells the team for 1 year.
You know if they
and
still together?
Out. Oh yeah, of course, dude. He's a
Okay.
billionaire.
I
He's
was
worth
just checking.
$3 billion. Of course,
just
she's still
checking.
with him. You know
I'd be
she
with
loved
him
the
too. I
blind
don't care.
eye. Right?
Dude.
Like what? But yeah, that's just. I went to bed at like 12:15ish, and then the news broke at like 12:20. Thank God, because I wouldn't have went to bed if I
Yeah.
was awake when that
Yeah.
broke. And I woke
Yeah.
up to all these text messages. I was like,
Yeah, I was one of
on?
them. I was like, yo, this
I
can't be
know you
real.
were.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like the Stephon Diggs meme. I was like, the hell going on? You know, it's such a lopsided trade when Shams Charania had to be like, yes, this is
This
real.
is
I
real,
was
yeah.
not attacked.
Yo, my brother Bryce, was showing me it, and you know, like I'm a basketball guy, but I'm not like watching every game. Like I usually watch like the playoffs and stuff like that. Like, and even I was just like off the wall. I was like, yo, there's no way that this is happening. And
I love AD, bro, but like he's already 31.
yeah, do you
He's
think
got
that?
3 or 4 good years left.
I know. You know, him and Braun wouldn't say it. Do you think well, we know LeGM had something to do with this.
LeGM.
You think there was a little bit of, I'm not going to say bad blood, but something there. Something had
Not
to
a
have been there for him
chance.
to be gone.
Not a chance.
You don't think so?
Because the way I read the report was that they called about Anthony Davis, just like, hey, we want AD, what would it take? Rob Pelinka said, click. And then they called back and was like, Rob, please don't hang up. We'll give you Luka for AD. And they were like,
What?
they were like, Luka for AD? Send him out. Get him out.
That's like on Madden or something. And you put the trades on easy, and then you go back and you trade like your worst player for like Pat Mahomes.
Right? That's literally the way they reported it, was that like the Lakers said, sorry, Anthony's untouchable. And they were like, well, what about Luka Dončić? And they were like, really?
I saw oh my gosh. I saw a quote from somebody. It was like NFL equivalent of like trading like Joe Burrow to like, oh my gosh,
For
I forgot.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
dog, that's a little crazy.
So I
You
don't
think
think
about
that
it
was
like that.
quite as accurate of a
I don't
thing.
think that's quite as accurate because
I
80's
think
32.
the more accurate was when Joe Burrow lost in the Super Bowl, trading him for Matthew Stafford at that time.
Yo, that's not. Yeah, I like that actually. Yeah.
So that I think is a
Yeah,
more
I think that's a
accurate
good
thing.
equivalent.
For my baseball people, this is like the Angels trading Mike Trout for Ronald Acuna. Okay, I know you don't know who that is, Jordan.
I know Mike
Ronald-
Trout. I don't know Ronald Acuna.
So Mike Troutson is like around the same age as Anthony Davis, like one of the greatest of all time. But like he's clearly on the decline.
Yeah,
and always
I know
like,
Trout.
injured.
Yeah, the other
And
guy
then
don't know.
Acuna is like 24, 25, a perennial MVP candidate. He has some injury issues, but like perennial MVP candidate at like 24, 25, maybe 26. So for my baseball people, that's kind of the equivalent of that. But it was just absolutely absurd. I couldn't believe it. But a trade that was a little bit more believable. Actually, I called this one.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox is going to the Spurs.
This was
Fox
a
and
3-team
Wemby.
trade, no?
Huh?
This is a 3-team trade?
Yeah, the Kings
I got it
low-key
right here.
made out like fat rats.
I'll put
They
it up.
got Zach LaVine back,
Yeah, I saw.
and the Bulls got nothing.
3 first-round picks.
That's what the Spurs got. Or no, the Kings. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Kings.
I'm about to say,
got
Spurs just got
Wemby.
Jordan McLaurin. How you say it? McLaughlin?
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. I was looking at that last name. I was like, what the world? And De'Aaron Fox. But then I looked up Jordan, and I was like, oh, he's not really.
Yeah, no,
He's
he's
not
just
like
like
that.
he's just like a roster spot.
Yeah.
But De'Aaron Fox and Wemby is automatically going to be my new favorite team to play as on 2K. That's going to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop them.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're gonna make a what do you call it? My League? What's that thing called? When you
Oh,
make
the
like
My
a franchise?
GM?
Yeah, I know you're gonna make one. Aren't
Oh
you?
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in the middle of doing my Wizards rebuild right now. That's doing really well.
Okay. Okay.
I got them boys nice.
I feel like I was just doing the Hornets.
I did.
You know, I usually do
Wizards
like a Hornets.
rebuild. I got the starting 5 is Trae Young, Mikal Bridges, Klay Thompson, Bam Adebayo, and Mitch Robinson.
Okay.
They
Okay.
nice with it.
Hey, we got to redo our
Fantasy
So-
draft.
Yeah. Our
We're
fantasy
gonna
draft.
make that we'll make that like a IRL stream or
Yeah,
something.
we should do that with our streaming. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
like
We're coming up with ideas, people, for the off season because it's coming up rapidly, unfortunately. But that is one of the things we are considering. We'll see how things go down the line. But yeah, back to trade talks. De'Aaron Fox, I love the fit. I think this is perfect for Wemby. Wemby got his guard. De'Aaron Fox is going to sign a massive 5-year extension, and him and Wemby are going to be an absolute problem for the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
But speaking of problems, Jimmy Butler has still not been traded. Now, I heard why, but I want to get your take on it first.
I actually haven't heard, so let me know what's going on.
So they had a deal so this is kind of like the Brandon Ayuk saga. So they had a deal in place, and then Jimmy was like, I'm not signing an extension. Well, Golden State's like, I'm not
Why'd you
trading
have to
for
say
you.
Brandon Ayuk? That hurt me, man. You already know I wanted.
was
The
the same
deal
thing.
was
They
in
had
place, man.
They had the trade in place for multiple teams, and then like he was just like, nah, I ain't signing. So then they canceled the trade. Whereas same thing with Jimmy. Jimmy had the trade set to go to Golden State, and he was like, I'm not signing. So then they were like, well, okay, well then we're not trading for you.
Well, all right.
Right? So then it's down to the Suns, and the Suns desperately want him. The problem is that they need to offload Bradley Beal to take on a salary, and nobody will take Bradley Beal.
Okay.
So they've tried for over 3 weeks to move Bradley Beal in a 3-team trade, and nobody will take him because they don't have the draft picks to like sweeten it enough.
Yeah.
Because you normally, to take a bad contract like that, you got to throw in like a couple first-round picks in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because in the NBA, first-round picks mean nothing.
Yeah, they give up like 5 for a good player, and I'm like, I don't even know where you're getting all these first
Because in the
rounders
NBA, if once you get outside of the lottery, like
it's not really. Yeah.
The way I explained it to Haley is that the lottery is like drafting in the first round in the NFL, and then drafting from like 15 to 25 is like drafting in the second to third round, and then anything after that's like drafting fourth and beyond.
Yeah.
So she was like, because initially she was like, 5 first-round picks? I'm like, it's not as good as it seems.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Suns want him badly. He already said he would sign with the Suns, so they got to find someone to take Beal, but they don't have the pick, so the Heat might have to throw in a pick.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
Because they don't want to lose him for nothing, because he is a free agent this offseason, but if they don't trade him, they're probably just going to cut him.
If they can get some.
So the Suns will end up getting him either way.
What's his contract looking like?
So Jimmy, this is it for him this year. I think it's like $35 million.
Okay.
You gotta remember, NBA salaries are absurd.
They are absurd.
So, I don't know. I think he gets dealt. I don't think there's any way they bring him back or straight up lose him for nothing in the offseason. So,
Yeah. You see, Luka's he's not eligible for a supermax.
They screwed him on that.
Yeah.
He's losing like you factor that Texas has no state income tax, and then he moves to California that has 14% state income tax.
Insane.
So not only is he losing the money of the Supermax, he's also losing like 41%, like 41 games. He's getting an extra 14% of his taxes.
I'm mad with Maryland's little 6%. You telling me Cali's 14?
Right.
That's insane.
So like they was saying like that if you factor all that stuff in together, he's losing like $100 million.
I would be pissed because
And
the Super was what, like 300 million, 330 million, something like that.
I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
What's crazy is that he literally just closed on a $15 million home like the week prior.
Mm-hmm.
And since he had no idea he was getting traded, he closed on the house.
Yep.
Now he's got to sell the house. Like,
I ain't even moving yet.
no, literally. Now he's gonna go from living in a $15 million house he just closed on to living in a
My man's called the U-Haul before they even got there. Turn around.
2 men in a truck. He's like, hey guys, just go home.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
But
he said, Kelly, 14%. Yeah. Unload everything off the truck. I don't need y'all no more. I'll do it myself.
But no, realistically, the Lakers just absolutely fleeced that. I mean, they're now prepared for life after Bron. Like,
yeah, I was about to say they're good.
They're gonna have the trio of white guys. That's gonna be pretty cool. Luka, Reeves, and Connect.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a solid trio. If they can draft or sign a big, dude, you know what would be really cool about the Lakers?
They got Bronny too. Don't forget.
You know what would be really cool? So like they have Luka, they have Reeves, they have Connect. You know who they could really use to like fully solidify that team?
Who?
They could really use a guy like Anthony Davis.
Well, it's good for them that he's already. Oh, yeah. I mean,
No,
I think they're gonna bring back Dwight and maybe JaVale McGee.
Dwight,
Yeah, they might bring back Dwight and
40-year-old
JaVale McGee.
Dwight.
Well, JaVale's still been working out, so I could definitely see them bringing back JaVale.
Yeah,
But I maybe Dwight too. Dwight may.
I heard they're
I don't
not
know if he's gonna
done
work out.
like with their moves.
That's
So.
what I'm saying. And if they bring them back, like you said, those two know their roles. So if they're going to come back, they're going to flip flop on the 5. Bron's. Who you think Bron might play for? Who's going to play for?
Oh, Bron's gonna play. Well, they have Hachimura too, so Bron might
Yeah.
move down to the 3.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I'm trying to think. So the Sixers also made a minor trade today. Not like it matters, but I'll bring it up anyways. So they
It's the squad.
yeah, they traded. Oh, this is actually ain't that bad. Not as bad as I thought. They traded Caleb Martin, who was absolute crap at basketball, and they got Quentin Grimes from the Dallas Mavericks. 24 years old, 6'4" shooting guard. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 boards, 3 assists, 46% from the floor.
Okay.
I don't hate that.
I was about to say, okay.
I didn't think his numbers were that good, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, he just went for 17 against the Pelicans 3 games ago, and then he dropped 20 on the Celtics.
Okay.
Okay, that ain't that bad. I thought
He
it was
coming
a lot
off the
worse
bench?
than that. Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
unless there's like injuries or something. But yeah, like fully healthy, he's coming off the pine for sure. But last thing, and this I didn't think I was ever going to be reading in the Curry era. Golden State is quote unquote desperate for an all-star at the trade deadline. That's not my verbiage. That is Shams Charania saying that. They have called, and he was not exaggerating, he said, every single player that was on the all-star team last year they called about.
Huh.
He was not exaggerating. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, like the whole 9 yards. They called every single player that was on the all-star team last year. Absolutely absurd.
Can I ask you something? What's everybody's obsession with Bron and Golden State?
Bron to Golden State?
Yeah, I hear that
They just
everywhere.
want to see Bron and Curry win a ring. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
I guess that's what it is. That's all
That's
I hear
literally the only
all
thing.
the time. Yeah.
But dude, like you gotta think us growing up, not like growing up, but like in like middle school and high school, like to think that the Warriors would be desperate for an all-star at the trade deadline. That's so crazy to think about. But I mean, if you watch the game, I literally watched them last night, and if Curry is not on the floor, they are lost.
Yeah.
They are lost.
Yeah.
I like B-Pod, but he's just as good of a shooter as I am. Like he does everything else right, but he shoots so bad left-handed, it makes me think he's right-handed.
That's
not
wild.
kidding.
That's a wild statement.
He went like 0 of 7 before he made his first 3 last night.
That is a wild statement. If you got 10 shots from NBA line, where do you think you would get?
3 to 4.
3 to 4 from NBA 3?
Yeah. Well, wait.
I'm not a shooter.
Do I get to pick which part of the key?
Top.
Or am I top of the key? Top of the key probably more likely to be 4.
Okay.
If you put me on like either of the sides, probably closer to 3.
I'm about to say, what about on the wing or something like that?
Oh, on the wing is I do really well on the wing.
Okay.
So like if you're looking at the rim, you to your right side, I would be closer to 4. To the left side, I would probably be closer to 3.
Okay.
What do you think? I've seen you shoot.
Actually, from where you remember we hooped a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
From there, I've gotten a lot better. I actually, with me like losing the weight and stuff, been more agile, but also I developed like a little bit of a midi game. So I don't know if you're going to see me from beyond the arc, but midi, I got a little bag now.
We gotta show those high schoolers who's boss again.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that was a time. Yeah. Did we ever tell that story on here?
No, that's off-season fodder. We don't
Yeah.
got time for that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, but yeah. So, who is the desperate star that you think Golden State's gonna get? That's where I was going with that. They're desperate. They're
I don't think
willing to
Bron's
offer
going
everyone.
Well,
Curry.
who do we know is available that was an all-star?
Fox, Butler. Do you count Beal as an all-star?
I count him.
Beal. They called about Paul George. Apparently, they talked about it with the Sixers, but nothing like.
Oh, we can't say
suffice.
Fox now, so I'd say
Butler. They had it, but that fell through. If Butler gets bought out, though, they might be able to get him.
Yeah, they might still be able to spend the block on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think Butler and Beal are the most likely. But
yeah, I would agree.
Let me run through this, like the standings real quick. Because if I just look at the team, it'll show out. Zach LaVine was available if you count him as a good player, but he just got moved. Oh, the Nets got a couple of good guys. They got Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some dogs. I don't know if the Hornets are trying to blow it up or not. They could try to get James Harden from the Clippers, but the Clippers are at the 6th seed, so I don't know how willing they are to sell.
Yeah.
The Suns are the 10th seed? Sheesh. The Warriors are the 11th seed. My God. Dude, that's insane. Oh, go get Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah.
There's your move.
Silent but deadly. That's my guy.
Trade Andrew Wiggins. That salary would like offset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. Brandon Ingram. Bro, speaking of the Pelicans, I think we cursed them. Did you hear what happened to them?
Mm-mm.
DeJounte Murray blew his Achilles. We cursed them.
He's had some injury problems, bro.
Bro, us picking them as our sleeper cursed them.
Then you got Zion. I work for the Pelicans. Yo, dog, he's corny, bro. I don't know.
He's like Drewski.
I don't know what they're going to do with him, bro.
He reminds me of Drewski.
He reminds you of Drewski. Not around here, partner.
Dude, that video of Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart holding the water in their mouth and Drewski reading the insults from the chat about himself was one of the funniest videos I've ever seen.
Yo, Drewski is hilarious, bro.
Speaking of Kai Cenat and streamers, and I know this is so off topic from NBA trade, so I'll make this quick. Did you see IShowSpeed gets folded in half at Royal
Yes,
Rumble?
I did. And he ended the stream right afterwards.
Yeah, because he got folded in half.
I don't know why he keeps agreeing to this. He gets hurt every time he does it.
Dude, it was so crazy. And it had I think it's over 300 million views already across all platforms.
People say wrestling is fake. The only thing that's fake is the outcome. They be ad-libbing the crap out of that, bro.
Oh, yeah. You asked IShowSpeed if Braun Breaker's spear was fake. But, all right, so that was NBA talk. Let's get into a little bit of NFL trade because even though the new league year does not start till March 12th, somewhere around the early teens, we have two very, 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 very notable players. One requested a trade, and one was like, "You trading me?" The first one, the one who wants that is Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. Pro. And I woke up
reigning defensive player of the year.
Dude, I woke up this morning. The birds chirped a little louder. The sun was just a little bit brighter. The coffee tasted just a little bit better.
On behalf of the whole North, thank you, Cleveland Browns, for being the dumpster fire that you are. It'll never get old.
If you are still watching and have not seen my take on the Myles Garrett trade request, I beg you to please go watch that because that is one of the funniest videos I've ever made in my life.
So great.
It is literally me celebrating to YMCA.
I don't even drink coffee. I drunk coffee this morning, man.
Did you hear what I said?
No, what did you say?
I said the TikTok, you have to check it out because it is one of the funniest videos I've ever made in my life.
Oh, yeah.
It's me celebrating to YMCA. I'm not kidding, bro. Go check that out. But it's kind of funny because that video is up. I'm celebrating. I'm so thank God Lamar Jackson saved, and then it just crashes because it's psych. He's not getting traded. I don't know if you heard about that.
Well, they were talking about trading Lamar.
No. It crashed because the Browns said they're not trading Myles Garrett.
Oh.
You didn't hear about that?
He officially requested one. They better hear that man out.
Did you not hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
They were like, you could offer me 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett right now, and I'd say no. And I was like, all right.
You smoking.
Well, he was his thing was that he thinks it's the GM Andrew Berry thinks it's a contract play because Myles only has 2 years left with no guaranteed money. Mm-hmm. Myles literally in his thing was like, it is not about money. I want to win, and we went 3-14. And they were like, well, how about highest paid player in the NFL? And he was like, I want to win.
Yeah, no, that's not enough. I also Speaking of which, him and TJ I think are on the same type of contract. No, TJ has 1 year left though, and I don't think there's any guarantees in his contract for this year either. Which is why bro. I'm not trying to give him another mega deal. I'm not.
You're not?
Ask me after this year. Ask
What
me
did
after
he
this
do?
year. He hasn't done anything wrong. It's just the fact that he's 30 years old, and I'm not trying to pay him quarterback money.
Okay.
If he's not gonna, so ask me after this year.
All right.
Ask me after this year. That's all I'm saying.
I just had visions of like TJ Watt like being like a 50 Cent. What'd he say F me for?
all I seen was photoshops of him in a Patriots jersey, and it made me sick. It made me physically ill.
Well, then you and I would have someone to mutually cheer for on the Patriots this upcoming season. Because I would be cheering for Drake May and you'd be cheering for TJ.
I am. Unless
Can you
when it
imagine
came
Mike
to, like,
Vrabel with a
playoff
TJ
games.
Watt?
It'd be awful.
He might break the sack record.
It'd be awful.
He might break the sack record.
I don't even want to talk about it. I know the defense is going. The defense is good every year. Even when they suck, their defense is still good.
Right. But, yeah, just to put a bow on the Myles Garrett thing, requested a trade and a formal statement. Thanks, Cleveland. But he's like, I wanted to go Cleveland, Super Bowl, Canton, not Cleveland to Canton. So he wants to go to someone that he sees as a contender. So we'll keep tabs on that. The first team that popped in my mind was the Commanders and the Packers, but we'll see. But we were talking about the Steelers and trades, which gets me into a guy who was like, you're trading me?
What did he say me for?
Yeah, that is Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford's best friend on the LA Rams. And Les Snead and Sean McVay were like, step into my office.
Well, remember, they were talking about him being a candidate at the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, because they were thinking about nuking the roster.
And even at the trade deadline, they were talking about him again. We were talking about him as well.
Cooper Kupp goes into their office and they were like, yeah, we're trading you effective immediately. Like, we're trading you as soon as humanly possible.
That's wild.
And he was like, what?
Yeah, that's wild to me. Again, if they're trading him, you know they're going to have to take a brunt of the compensation.
So I heard the only thing they're willing to take on is some of his signing bonus.
No, I don't think that's going to work out the way they think it will.
It's like $8 million.
That's not going to work out the way they think it is.
Yeah, they're not going to get as much back as they think because he's on the wrong side of 30.
And if they're going to make somebody take the brunt of that contract, best believe that the pick that they're going to get in return is not going to be what they want it to be, especially with him coming off the Triple Crown. What, 1 or 2 years removed?
Time to trade him.
Yeah, like, nah, you already waited too long for that.
So he is 31. He'll be 32 by next season.
Yeah, that's not like ancient for a receiver, because receivers play a long time nowadays, especially.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you trade for him, if you don't have to pay him, like if you don't have to give Kupp a new deal, then like I'm fine with giving like a 3 if you like think he's the missing piece to make you a contender. But if you have to give him a new deal, I wouldn't touch that.
If we're being 100% honest, the only reason that this is a question is because of his injury history.
This is only a question because of his age.
I don't think his age is as much of a factor as his injury history is.
Well, here's his problem, is that he already wasn't very athletic to begin with, so now, like, physically declining on top of that, I mean, he might be running like a 4.8 40 by the time, like, in a couple years from now.
I thought he was running that coming out of college anyway. I really think he did. I'm not even joking.
Was it like a 4.5, 4.6?
Nah, dog, I think it was a little bit higher than that. I thought it was like 4.7.
We'll find out.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was like 4.6, 4.7.
All right, make your final prediction.
4.7.
4.62.
That's
so
not. He's definitely 4.7, 4.8 now.
Yeah, 100%. But I don't know. I think they'll get a third-round pick for him. Mm-hmm. That's my guess. And what sucks for them is they really screwed themselves because this is not the deepest receiver class. They should have waited.
This is a deep running back class out of anything.
They should have did this next year. Get a third-round pick next year when there's a lot of more names, and then they could have gotten a gem. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if they draft another Puka Nacua in the 5th round, then what are we even talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
I think they'll be fine. They're good with, like, late-round talent, especially as of late.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of them didn't pan out after, like, a couple of years, like Tutu Atwell, a couple of them. But, like, for what they gave
Jefferson.
them, yeah, what they gave them in that time span, though, that's all they really need.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else before we hop out of trade talk?
No, because we have a perfect transition to what we're going into next as far as players. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Speaking of third-round draft picks, we had the Senior Bowl go on, and we got draft stocks winners, and we got draft stock losers.
Yeah. You want to go first as far as who you got as winners and losers, and then I'll go.
only have one in one of these.
That's cool.
Because I'm blanking on the names. Hang on, let me see if I can pull it up. Because where did it go?
Yeah.
So
I was watching some of Kuiper and Field Yates, and so I'm a little hip. I got some of the prospects they were talking about as well. And then I looked into them.
Do yours first.
Okay. I'm gonna go losers first, and a big one of mine is Jalen Milroe.
That was mine.
Yeah, I was actually.
Dude,
It kind of hurt
really
me a little
hurt
bit.
himself.
Yeah, he really did. They were saying he was really inconsistent during practice. I was looking at the highlights. You know how the YouTube channels put the little highlights up of not even just like the game itself, just of like them throwing. He was missing throws, dog, and it's just looking like what we saw at Bama. And then during the game itself, he was missing throws. Winners, your boy,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart.
That was not the exact winner I had, like, for my one, but that is one of the winners that I had.
They were saying that he looked like the most poised, the best quarterback there.
We gotta think he broke all of Eli's records at Ole Miss. Like, he's not like some
He's not a slouch
coming out. No, God,
I just
no.
didn't think he was going to be, Heisman. That's story for another time.
That's why he was a dark horse Heisman pick.
Facts.
Emphasis.
But,
Emphasis.
I died on that Jackson Darts and Dart Hill. But apparently there's a lineman out of North Dakota State that's been doing really good too. Can play anywhere
really?
on the can play anywhere on the line.
I heard he did bad.
Really? I heard he did good. Him and the wide receiver from. No, go ahead.
Good in practice, but didn't do good in the game.
Oh, you mean as far as like the Senior Bowl game?
Yeah.
They liked him in practice all week. Him and the TCU receiver Jack Beck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's on a mission because his brother died in that New Orleans tragedy.
Yeah, I was
I was
watching that Kuiper episode on NFL on ESPN or NFL on YouTube, and Field Yates was talking about it. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
You're talking about when I don't know if I can say it. Yeah,
I'm talking about New Orleans, like right before the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the event that I am unfortunately referencing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that guy, his brother died in that event. And so he's been on a mission ever since, people have said. But the first winner that came to mind for me, besides Jackson Dart, I'm trying to find his name. I remember what school he went to. The edge rusher from Marshall.
I don't know him.
I don't remember his name, but there's like clips of him just bullying these offensive linemen.
Oh, on the 101s they were talking about.
Yeah.
He's like a D tackle. He's an edge or he a D tackle? I thought he's a D tackle.
He's an edge.
Okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about because I think that clip blew up of him like blowing up that lineman. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's flying up people's draft boards because of it. I had him and I had Dart as my winner.
Yeah, Gray Zabel. You're right. I'm looking.
Yeah.
He was good throughout practice. I'm talking about the lineman. Sorry, the North Dakota State lineman. He was good throughout practice. He was voted Player of the Week as far as practice was concerned, and then he struggled in the game.
That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Marshall edge rusher and then Jackson Dart were my winners, and then my main loser was definitely Jalen Milroe. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, he fumbled the snap and then like threw like a.
He'll still be a second-round pick. Somebody's taking a flyer on that talent.
I still think he might test good at the college.
And I'm only saying this because look at Lamar. Lamar's last game was atrocious. Last collegiate game was atrocious. I thought for sure. I was like, I don't know if he's going to go where he's supposed to go, but he still went first round. Right. And I think, especially now looking at quarterbacks in the league and just how I think in any position in the NFL, everybody's getting more athletic, bigger, stronger, faster, however you want to say it. It's the same with the quarterback's position, especially. They're just getting more and more athletic. And if you're just looking at the talent and like the landscape of the NFL, the best quarterbacks in the NFL can scramble, can make things happen inside, outside of the pocket. So he is one of those. He just has to get more consistent with it. So I think for him, he needs to be put in like the perfect situation. And I think he has the work ethic for it because he seems like a good kid. It's just like
Saban talks so highly of him.
Yeah. And Saban doesn't give, he doesn't give compliments to just everybody. So he believes in him. So again, depending on where he goes, as long as he goes somewhere
that's
that's
like a Lamar situation where like a team trades back into the first round to
get him.
So they have that fifth year.
I could see that. Like tail end.
Or it could be like Jalen Hurts and be like middle of the second round.
I think middle of the second for me, but we'll see.
And you know
For
teams
sure.
always reach on quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was my biggest loser. I heard a lot of the smaller school offensive linemen just in general didn't do very good.
Yeah, not just
I heard,
Zabel.
I don't know if it's that or if the defensive linemen just went off. It's one or the other.
This is a deep DT tackle class too, though. Like
Oh,
as far as
yeah.
like it's been deep for defensive players in general. I think like edge, D tackle especially, corner. You're right. It's not. Again, safety classes have been lacking lately. I think this is one of them too.
Well,
I
it's
haven't
because
heard too much
every
about
good
safeties.
safety plays corner now.
Yeah, and deep running back class as well. Because there's some running backs, bro, that any other year would probably be like high second. That might even go like fourth or fifth this year, just
Dude,
because
Ollie
of the
Gordon
talent
would
pool.
have been a first-round pick last year, and now he's gonna be like a third.
He had a rough year this year, though. That's what his offensive line didn't do him any favors, and he
busy
was also
getting
a little
DUIs.
banged up. Yeah, and the DUI. But then you got like Taj Brooks, you got Devin Neal, you got some good backs coming out this year. Nick Singleton and them are staying. They would have been highly touted coming out this year too.
Oh yeah,
Him and what's his name, KJ Allen.
yeah.
But no, there's good backs this year. Genty, of course, is the cream of the crop. I think he's going first round. I don't know if anybody else is going to sneak in the first, but I think there's going to be a run on him in the second round.
Genty is definitely going in the first round. I just wonder. I don't think he makes it past Dallas.
Dallas is what, like 12?
12 or 13, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't
Something
think he
like
will
that.
either. I think they need a premier rusher, and I don't. There's not any in free agency because Javonte Williams isn't what he was because of the ACL. Not saying that he's a bad back, but there's a reason that the Broncos are letting him go. Steelers, please don't go get Javonte Williams. You're just drafting, or not drafting. You're getting Najee all over again. Just get somebody in the draft in the later rounds, and we're fine.
That's funny. But yeah, so here we are. We are moving on to more. When's the East-West Shrine Bowl?
I'm not even sure.
You know what I'm talking about there, right?
Yeah, that's like the other schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm trying to look around and find it, but I don't think
They haven't practiced yet, have they?
Okay, whatever. Moving on.
No,
not
Thursday.
that.
Nah, that dang, I think it already happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's saying Thursday, January 30th for this year.
Okay then. Whoops, my bad.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I see the
Moving
highlights. Yeah,
on.
it definitely happened. Moving on.
Moving on. To
What else we
the
got, bro?
NFL draft. Off the NFL draft to NFL honors. That will be tomorrow by the time people are consuming this content because it is on Thursday night. So we have the NFL honors, and we as Flag on the Take.
Do
I
you
don't
want
wanna
me
say
to?
we're
No, sorry. Go
What's
ahead and finish up, and then finish up, and then I'll say what I said.
I was going to say we will be giving out flags for the awards. So, because I don't want to say, like, I don't know. I think flags is a good trophy for us. We're not
Do you
giving
want me
actual
to
trophies to these
go
people.
through all the finalists? I got
You
them
can go
pulled
through
up.
the finalists. Yeah, you can go through the finalists if you
I'll
want
go
to.
through the
Yeah,
finals.
I'll
All right.
go for it. Yeah.
I'll go down the line like MVP, DPOY. I'll do all that, and then we can go from the list. And if I need to repeat them, just let me know, and we'll just you know what I mean.
Just
Okay.
you don't have to read the odds.
Okay. No, there's no odds for this anyway. I'm on
Okay.
official NFL. So AP Most Valuable Player, Josh Allen, of course, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Lamar Jackson.
He was my front runner until he had the 5 interception
Yeah,
game.
didn't know he was a finalist, but congratulations to him for that.
Yeah, shout out to him.
AP Defensive Player of the Year,
Oh, wait,
Zach
no,
Bond.
Let's pick the awards individual as.
Okay, you want to yeah, we can do that like that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I feel
MVP.
like we read them all now. People are not going to keep track.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so MVP, what we got?
So my pick is unbiasedly Lamar Jackson.
Okay. My pick is also, even though I am a Lamar fan, can't stand the Ravens, but I like Lamar. Lamar Jackson. I feel like numbers wise, of course it's
He
Lamar.
blew Josh out of the water. Now, if playoffs were considered in the awards, my pick would be Josh Allen. But since it is strictly regular season, Lamar Jackson.
I like how people call Lamar a regular season merchant. I know that overall that Josh Allen's playoff record is better. He was like 7-5. I get that, but I mean he's been bounced just like Lamar has been bounced.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that he has like the greatest argument. Like he bounced Lamar out this year. I think that helps his case as far as MVP. But
Like
I think
well, no.
voting was already done by then, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Lamar. I
think
wouldn't
it's gonna
be
be Lamar.
mad if it was Josh, only because as far as what those two do for their teams, I don't think it's arguable for either. I mean, it's like it can be argued against for either of them.
Yeah, you're picking between 6 and half a dozen. I mean,
Yeah.
It's literally just dealer's choice. I just think Lamar's going to win because he has the numbers, but I won't be shocked if Josh wins because people have voter fatigue of Lamar.
Mm-hmm. But if he deserves it, he deserves it. Even if there's voter fatigue, I don't think.
But you know how these media members are, man.
Yeah. But okay, so we both selected Lamar Jackson. All right, let's go with Defensive Player of the Year. We have Zach Bond. He balled out for the Eagles this year. Every time I watched the Eagles game, he was flying around. Myles Garrett, of course. Trey Hendrickson, rightfully so, because Trey's been balling for years and still hasn't been given that recognition. And I don't like the Bengals at all, but I got to give him his props. Pat Surtain, the second, of course, and TJ Watt.
So,
who is your pick?
I'll say this about Hendrickson. So Hendrickson, and this applies to Joe Burrow as well. If the Bengals made the playoffs, Hendrickson and Joe Burrow both would have won MVP and DPOY easily with the seasons that they had. But the fact that they didn't make the playoffs and they were barely above 500 to me, they're not gonna win. So my pick for defensive player, oh dude, I'm so torn between two because I think the talent around this player is gonna hurt him in the voting. So I'm gonna go with Pat Surtain. I think Pat Surtain's gonna bring it home. But Zach Bond deserves it, but I think they're gonna hold the talent around him against him.
I'm going to say, dang, I feel like everybody's going to think I'm copying off you, but I was going to go Pat Surtain too. Only because my pick would have been Myles Garrett had the Browns been good. But they were not good. And so I think if anybody deserves it, it would be Trey Hendrickson over Myles Garrett. If you wanted to make that argument, because the Bengals at least finished off on a high note. So I'm going to go Pat Surtain because the Broncos did what they were supposed to do this year. Nobody thought they were going to be as good as they were, especially how they started the year because they were getting smacked by everybody. But
he locked down half the side of the field. It was
that's
like
what I'm saying.
Island.
I think you have to go Pat Surtain for this year.
Oh, yeah. You got to.
Yeah, Pat Surtain for this year. All right,
Zach Bond is very close, though.
Zach Bond is very close. I honestly, the only reason, and I'm gonna be real, only reason I don't think he gets is because of the name. He's not like a household name. I'm be real.
I think they're gonna use the talent around him against him.
Yeah, but he balled out. But like again, talent, like you said, because they probably the best roster in football. I don't really think there's that much of an argument. And then, just like I said, like his name, like this is his first year. Like, well, he's been a solid backer, but like this is his first year, like balling out like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a Saints special teamer.
That's what I'm saying. So it's different. I don't know. I guess they're going to be like, you remain more consistent, we'll bring you back. But okay, let's go to Offensive Player of the Year. Already some of the names we talked about. We got Joe Burrow. This is easy. Saquon Barkley. Hint, hint. That's the one. Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson. Even though I already know who's your Offensive Player of the Year.
You know what's crazy is that if Saquon Barkley just didn't play this year, Jamar Chase would be running away with it. Because
he got the triple crown. Oh yeah, for sure.
But the fact that Saquon did what he did, it's so easy to pick Saquon.
Because Saquon, I wouldn't have been mad if he won. No, he's not going to. Don't get me wrong, because it's a quarterback award. We all know. But if he somehow won MVP, I don't think anybody would bat an eye.
No, he was my MVP vote. I thought he should have been, but I just know he's not going to get it.
Yeah. When's the last time a running back won MVP?
Adrian Peterson.
And that was what, 09?
I think it was.
Or was that 12? That was 12.
It was the year
coming
he
off the
thought he broke
ACL.
the record.
Was that coming off the ACL?
I don't know. I just know it was the year he thought he broke the record.
Okay.
The year he ran for 2,000 plus yards.
So officially, who is your Offensive Player of the Year?
Oh, Saquon, easily.
Okay.
That's an easy pick.
Dang, we're going down the line. We got to have a different one. Saquon as well for me. If Lamar, Let me rehash. If I knew that the MVP award wasn't a quarterback driven award, I would definitely have picked Saquon because I think Saquon definitely deserves it. Those three,
Yes.
I wouldn't be mad at any of well, one of them's going to win, but obviously, but out of
If
the
any of those
three,
three win,
yeah, I wouldn't
yeah.
have been mad at all. But runner up, definitely, I would probably say Jamar.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Triple crown.
yeah,
He's going to get paid this offseason.
and it's not going to be by Cincy. I hope
Nope.
they got to keep one of them.
They're going to keep him.
They got to
They're
keep
gonna
Jamar. It's going to be
They're
Jamar.
going to keep Jamar.
You got to keep
You
Jamar.
have to.
All right, we got offensive rookie of the year. Some good names here, even though we already know who it's going to be. Once again, Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, and Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. had a really good year, by the way.
Underrated year.
Yeah, really good year. Let you go first, even though I think we're both going to pick the same
What's
guy.
crazy is that in weaker classes, any of these players could win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Heck yeah, easily. But it was just the fact that Jaden Daniels
It's
was
such a
low-key an
stacked
MVP
class.
candidate. Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels, like, low-key could have been an MVP finalist, like you just said. Like,
Yeah.
it's obviously going to be Jaden.
Yeah.
Because it's quarterback-driven as well.
Yeah, and just the fact of what he did for Washington. Washington shouldn't even have sniffed the NFC Championship this year, and they did.
Cardiac Commanders, man. What a season.
Yeah. Okay, so Jaden Daniels. This one, could be a toss-up, I feel. Defensive Rookie of the Year. We have Cooper DeJean, of course. Braden Fisk from L.A. Quinion Mitchell. We got 2 Philadelphia Eagles. Chop Robinson from the Dolphins.
Really? Chop?
And
Good for
Chop
him.
Robinson was a finalist. And we have, of course, Jared Verse. So this one, I feel like we might have different people. So who do you got for
Nah, I
yours?
think we have the same guy. I'm going with
Okay.
Jared Verse.
I,
Edge rushers always get the push. They're like the quarterback of the defense. They always
But-
get the push.
I'm going to say Quinion Mitchell.
Quinion deserves it for sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say only because of what the Eagles have been doing, and just the fact that he's actually had the spotlight for a little bit
He's
now.
been
Him
their
and
number
him
one
and
corner.
Cooper, yeah, him and Cooper have been balling. They've been all over the field. Once again, Zach. That's why it's the argument with Bond. It's a lot of talent. Those two are very talented, but I think you could go with either or. And Jared Verse, Jared Verse,
I think Jared
had a
Verse
good
is
year.
going to win it.
I again wouldn't be mad if he wanted to. I just know that one would have been a toss up. And the last one, I don't think we'll have any argument on this one. I think we're back to who we think. Actually, some of the voters might have. Okay, I will say this. We know who the best player on this list is,
Uh-oh.
but I think there might be somebody on this list who's more deserving, just based off of the career trajectory, and you'll see what I'm saying in a second. All right, we have J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, DeMar Hamlin. I'm not going to say what I want to say that's controversial.
Players for the Mar.
Sam Darnold, and Joe Burrow.
I would say Burrow, but Burrow's already won one.
You're going to say who I'm going to say.
Darnold, Dobbins, DeMar, and Gonzo.
This one's obvious to me. That's only because of what his career was to what it is right now.
I know, but like that defeats the purpose of the award. You're coming back from being ass. You're not coming back from injury. Like, that's not a comeback. Joe Flacco literally won
I'm about to say,
last
Joe
year,
Flacco came back from the couch.
and he was like,
I'm
I don't
just
deserve
saying.
this. I came back from the couch. This guy came back from being dead.
Yeah,
Like,
but we're not going to listen. I'm
Sam
not being
Darnold's
disrespectful.
definitely going to win.
I'm not being disrespectful. We're not going to act like DeMar Hamlin is.
He came back from being dead.
We're not going
Give
to act
the
like
guy
he's.
an award.
We're not going to act like he's nasty though. Like he's not.
No, he's not.
That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Also, Christian
Yeah.
Gonzalez had a year too.
Gonzo. Oh yeah, that one's underrated.
Gonzalez
I think
had
the
a
Patriots were
year.
better.
Yeah,
The Patriots were better, but Darnold's going to win this award. So
I think
sure. Joe Burrow deserves it.
Only because he's an MVP candidate. I think Joe's gonna win it. I want
Even though he already has
Sam
one?
Darnold to win.
Normally they don't.
Did he
give
win
people
last year
two.
or was it the year before?
He won the year he tore his ACL.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's what I'm
sticking
saying.
with
They
my
don't
pick.
normally give people two of them.
I'm sticking with my pick. All right. So Yeah. Okay. We got comeback player out of the year. Out of the way. So we're both picking Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Coach of the year. You're gonna like these names. Dan Campbell. We got Kevin O'Connell. Sean Payton for what he did with the Broncos. Dan Quinn, of course, and Andy Reid. Ooh, Big Red, of course. Every year it's the same.
You listen here, man. All right. If it wasn't for Sheila Ford Ham, man, and these 6 shots of espresso, man. If you don't give me the award, I'm going to bite your kneecap.
So Dan Campbell's your pick.
I mean, like my heart picks Dan Campbell because he's by far my favorite coach in the league.
Do we agree it's
But
gonna be Kevin O'Connell though?
It's going to be Kevin. I think Dan Quinn's more deserving.
I agree with that. I don't know. And I'm only saying that because I feel like
I
it's a
love
bias because we
KOC,
like
bro. It's
Dan
so
Campbell.
hard.
That's the only reason why I'm saying I think there's a bias there. He's a good coach.
No, I'm
O'Connell
saying
is too,
Dan
though.
Quinn,
Oh, Dan Quinn. I thought you said okay.
Tommy's
okay.
coach. He deserves it more.
Who do you think's gonna win then?
Kevin
Kevin,
O'Connell.
right? Okay.
But I love Kevin O'Connell. Don't get it twisted. I love KOC. He is 100,000,000% deserving. But the Vikings did decent last year. They weren't the second overall pick. And Dan Quinn, now granted the Commanders didn't go on their cardiac Commanders run, so I don't think he got the voting support. But if you look at it, that's why I think the award should be decided at the end of the season, not at the end of the regular season. Because cardiac Commanders, like Dan Quinn's going to win in a landslide, especially because the Vikings flamed out.
Yeah.
But like I said, Vikings are 1,000,000% deserving because Kevin O'Connell took Sam Darnold to 14 wins. So I'm not mad. I'm just saying I think Dan Quinn should win it. But Kevin O'Connell winning, I don't hate that at all.
I'm on the Kevin O'Connell train as well. I think my second choice would probably be Dan Campbell and then Dan Quinn. Although, if you want to just go off the year, I'd probably say Dan Quinn definitely should be runner up, like you were saying. But since we got our picks out the way, we'll go into assistant coach of the year, which are also some interesting names.
God.
We got Joe Brady, Bills OC, Vic Fangio, who might be
Eagles
my pick.
defensive coordinator, yeah.
Brian Flores. These are some good names.
B-Flow.
Aaron Glenn, and who do you think the last one is?
Ben Johnson.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Who is your assistant coach of the year?
It should be Fangio because of how Philly's defense, was bottom of the barrel, was the reason why they got eliminated to, being how good they are this year. They didn't even add that many pieces. He made Zach Bond from a special teamer to potentially defensive player of the year.
Yep.
Fangio deserves it. I can easily see Ben Johnson or Joe Brady getting it as well.
So who's your final pick?
Fangio.
Okay. I'm going to go... I'm not going to go Joe Brady, only because I feel like that Josh Allen gets the brunt of that, especially since he's Superman and he does everything by himself. I'm in between Ben Johnson and Fangio. I'm going to say Fangio just because of where the Eagles are.
Yeah.
But
we got to think of how the season ended. The Eagles were on heater.
That's what I'm saying. Ben Johnson's my runner-up, but
yeah, that's fair.
I might have to go Fangio too.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that all
okay,
the awards?
So I think that's all we got. Hosted by Snoop Dogg.
I'm not even watching. I'm just waiting for the ESPN notification.
Yeah. They do the announcements before the actual ceremony itself anyway. So we'll see.
So
we might even see who wins tonight. To be honest, it's happened before.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So shows tomorrow on NFL Network at
Thursday night.
Yep, Thursday night, February 6th at I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Something like that. I'll be watching NBA instead.
Yeah. But I guess you guys tune in if you want to. We're just doing our little predictions. But
yeah, you guys can drop your predictions in the comments too.
All right, let's move into our Super Bowl analysis.
That's right, Super Bowl picks and preview. I've been hearing so much about the Super Bowl. Just play the damn game already.
Yeah.
I'm because I think Pat's show said it best today. They're just it's the same points over and over and over again every day, and you might find one tiny detail different every day, but at the end, same day you circle back to the same points. I hate the 2 weeks in between it. I get it because you gotta have the Pro Bowl, but I don't know. I'd rather just get the Super Bowl underway.
I agree.
But I get it. They gotta shake hands and kiss babies.
Let me
and
be
generate
real
money.
here for a second, though. I'm excited for this game. I was not at first. I was like everybody else, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, don't get me wrong. I know that they're doing this for a reason. I know it's for Taylor Swift to be in the Super Bowl and for viewership and for the Swifties to watch the Super Bowl. I get all that. So I understand that they had to cook the script up again how it was last year. I understand. And I was mad at first. But the only reason I'm excited for this game is because, first off, it's going to be a good game. Even though everybody's mad.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a one-score game.
Yeah. I'm excited for... I like Jalen Hurts, and I like Saquon Barkley. And I would like for them... And I'm a Pat Mahomes fan. I know everybody's tired of him losing, but I am a Patty fan. I don't hate him as much as I hated Brady, especially since Brady, directly ruined what could have been a dynasty with the Killer Bees. So I don't have the same hatred,
Yeah.
But that was the bias talking. We would have been bounced out by somebody anyway because they were just our defense was awful. But that's besides the point. Getting back to what I was saying. No, I'm excited for this game. I want to see Saquon and I want to see Jalen Hurts win the ring. It's still going to be again. And again, you know how much we love football. So regardless, I'm just excited that football is going to be on, and then we're going to be able to spend time with family, and just have a good time. So that's really it.
For sure. Everyone's going to be watching it with their families. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, my heart's picking the Eagles, but my brain's saying the Chiefs just because that's what the NFL wants. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to be something where they're going to be winning, and then at the last second, oh, no.
It better not be no juju holding call again. Or
it's going to be.
It's going to be riots, dog.
It's going to be.
Philly's going to burn down. They're going to go to Missouri, take a trip to Missouri.
I feel so bad, man, for the Eagles, because they're going to lose 2 of the 3 of the Chiefs' three-peat. I hope I'm wrong. I just want to put this on the record. I hope I'm wrong.
They did a great job drafting. How much longer do you think they're going to be able to keep this roster up? For 1 or 2 more years?
Who, the Chiefs?
The Eagles.
Eagles? I don't know when people are due. But, if they keep drafting...
Jalen Carter's due, I think?
No, he's new. He's newer. He's still got at least another 2 years. I think this
Jordan
is year
Davis.
2 for him.
No, Jordan Davis. That's what I meant to say. Jordan
Davis was the Kyle Hamilton draft.
There might not be that many because they do a great job drafting, and then a lot of their defense is free agents as well.
And Howie pays the guys early, so gets them on good deals.
They might be all right.
You gotta think Jalen's paid, Saquon's paid, AJ and Devontae are both paid. A few of the offensive linemen are paid.
They might be all right.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have any massive free agents.
I don't think so either. Okay. Yeah.
They just gotta keep hitting on the draft picks.
Yeah, which I think they will. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon.
I can see this being a 27-24 or a 28-24, and then the Chiefs get some magical phantom call in their favor, and then oh my god, it's a three-peat.
So, I already have Pat Mahomes as the second greatest quarterback of all time. I don't think this changes anything for me. I think it just solidifies it. I don't know. He has time. I don't think he'll touch Brady because 7 rings is wild, dog. 7 is wild. But
this is his 4th if he wins.
That's where I was going to go with it. But he's only been in the league for 7-8 years, and he already has 4. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say he already has 4 because I think he's going to win. I'm
going to say it as well.
He already has 4, so he has time. And as long as Big Red wants to keep... I think even if you don't have Mahomes is just that good. Now, don't get me wrong. Big Red boosts his chances, but I think Mahomes is like Brady in the sense that if you put him on another roster, they're still automatically going to be Super Bowl contenders.
Here's the thing. He won 4 in 8 years, or 7 or 8 years, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine all he has to do is win 4 in the next 10, so it's an extra 2 years on the time frame.
Oh, he has a chance.
And he beats Brady.
He has a chance.
Brady played till he was 45.
To some people, and okay, Brady has the most accolades. He's the greatest as far as achievements of all time. Yeah, the greatest winner of all time. But I wouldn't be mad if somebody said talent-wise that Pat Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time or the greatest quarterback that they've seen of all time.
I've been saying that. I've been saying Patty's like the GOAT in terms of like actual ability, but Tom was easily the greatest winner ever.
Yeah,
Nobody can win a football
nobody
game
can
like
ever
Tom
debate
Brady.
that. Even if you don't like Tom Brady, you can't debate.
Oh,
that.
I hate his guts, but like you
Yeah.
can't debate that he's not the greatest winner of all time.
Yeah, but yeah. Anything else for this preview? What else did you want to get into?
I'm tired. Tired. Tired
It
of
should
the
have been
cheese.
me. I wanted the battle of the Beltway. You know what I wanted,
That would have been sick.
man.
So cool.
I wanted
So
the
cool.
Commanders. I was about to call them by their nickname that we can't say. I wanted the Commanders and the Ravens, man.
Man, that would have been so sick.
Ah.
But I'm tired of seeing this movie over and over again.
This is the last year. This is the last year. They're not going to do it again.
I just need somebody new, man.
Yeah, they're not going to do it again.
They just need somebody new.
They're doing
like,
it only
Eagles
because
was a nice surprise because we've had the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just need somebody new.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if the Eagles come back next year and it's somebody else on the AFC side, I'm fine with that.
I'm literally
Because I have no problem with the Eagles. It's just the fact that it's this rematch again that I have a problem with.
If it's Eagles Bills next year, then I would be like totally fine. With
I don't
that.
have Eagles
Now,
fatigue because I like Eagles. Their fans are a
here's the
little
thing.
crazy and
if
obnoxious.
Eagles
but I
win
like
this
Eagles.
one, and then they play next year against the Bills or like anyone but the Chiefs,
The Bills are
I'm going to be
losing.
rooting against the team that's not playing the Eagles because the Eagles just won.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Eagles lose this and then go back, and then I probably will be like, all right, let's get Sirianni, Saquon, and Jalen their rings.
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Eagles lose this. Is Sirianni gone? And then I have a caveat to that too.
No.
I was just checking. And then I also have to say, what do you think it does to the team's morale? Like,
just brutal.
just what, bro? Going to one
Brutal.
and losing one is already rough enough. Some people don't come back. A lot of people
2
don't
and
come back
3
for that.
years?
Can you imagine coming back after 2 years removed? After you know, some people never go again. I was looking at the interview that Jalen Hurts had with Cam Newton, and Cam Newton was talking about it. He never went back, bro. His one chance.
Yeah.
And he cried. And then Jalen Hurts was like, I relate to you, not on the crying part. But yeah, the interview was funny. But just
Cam's so out of pocket for saying he'd rather
Cam
have
is
his MVP
weird.
than a ring.
Cam is weird, bro.
Or got CTE.
He's weird. He's a
Cam
weird
forgets
guy anyway.
he's the reason he doesn't have a ring. Dive on the fumble.
Yeah, he liked to steal laptops. So there's one thing there.
Bro, dive on the fumble and you're a Super Bowl champion. It's his fault.
I was gonna take crab legs, because that's Jameis. Cam was the laptop stealer.
So
Did you hear about that? I'm pretty sure they said that he like after he realized that it was stolen, he like threw it out the window or something to try to hide it. Yo.
Oh my god.
But,
yeah,
yeah.
so I mean this game, it's a football game, so I will enjoy it, but I'm not as zeeked
Facts.
up as I would be if it was like Eagles Bills
Facts.
or even Commanders Chiefs. I would
Yeah.
be so
I'm just excited for football. I'm more excited for the off season. I think it's going to be a good off season. I just want to see what everybody does. A lot of teams are going to be reloading. I think the Steelers are in a rebuild. We'll talk about that sometime later.
We got
in the
plenty of
offseason.
time to get into that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for NBA. I'm excited for hockey. I'm excited for baseball. Like football, now that the Ravens broke my heart once again, has run its course, and it is time for the other sports.
How are you feel? I know we have that because again, I've learned about it like even as a sport management major, just how. But everybody knows just how. What's the word I'm looking for? Like weird it is to be a sport fan. Like how unconventional it is. Like the fact that it's a product that can break your heart like over and over again,
like
but
the
you're
attachment.
still yeah, it's just like an
Yeah.
unconventional attachment. Like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah.
anything else in life, it hurts you over and over again like that. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm
For some people, you know, we got wives and girlfriends out here. People, y'all need to let them go. But you know, I don't want to bring up nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
You get what I'm
anytime-
saying though. Like it's
when the
weird.
Ravens break my heart in the playoffs, it just like makes me like over football.
Yeah,
Like I need the off season to heal.
This podcast has helped me out just as far as being into football. Because I'm be honest, bro, I was over the Steelers, and I still am. Like you know how I am every time we go into a game and we just talk about them. I'm just like, Now this podcast has helped because it's like helped me like talk about matchups and like get more hyped for other things outside of Steelers football. And they did have me hyped for a little bit, especially after that Commanders game, because I thought that we were a legit contender, and then we fell off a wagon like always. But yeah, I'm gonna try not to fall for it, but I know that my Delulus are gonna they're gonna come again, and I'm gonna feed into them.
Hopefully this helps you get into other sports too more, get more back more like fully into the NBA. And
Yeah,
like,
I'm
we
gonna
can
have to because my
learn
team
about
is gonna
baseball.
suck for a couple of years, and I'll have to be prepared for it. But yeah,
Gives you something to watch year round.
yeah, absolutely.
But
And maybe I can legitimately become a Sixers fan instead of just being a Sixers affiliate.
man, I'm about ready to switch teams. But I don't have gear, so I can't switch.
Hey, let's go, man. You let me know. We'll find one together.
Man,
One that'll do us less dirty. Because
Haley roots for the Suns, so I might just switch to them.
I like Booker and I like KD, so that's not bad.
That's the problem. We'll switch to them, and then in 3 years they'll be gone, and the Suns will be ass again.
Facts.
At least the Sixers are always like talked about.
I don't think it's crazy to be See, NFL, it's crazy to be a bandwagon fan. NBA, it's not crazy to be a bandwagon fan, especially if you have loyalty to a player instead of a team.
Oh yeah.
Like when there's people that say they're multiple fans of an NBA team, it's not that crazy to me.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess like since I don't have like Sixers games like on every night, like the Wizards. Like the Wizards, I could watch every Wizards game if I wanted to. I don't want to because they're 8-41, but like I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But like, I think since I just only watch nationally televised games, since I don't have the Sixers on, I think that's why I'm more like, I'm not really attached. But I think if I could watch the Sixers every night, I think that would be different.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm very hoping that the NBA season, like NBA season's good, but the product on the court has got to.
Load management is awful because the kids are more talented. And I think, you know how people say the three-pointer ruined the game? I don't think so. I think it added to it. It makes it so much more fun to watch, in my opinion. Now, we got three-point merchants.
That's the problem, is that like all teams do is shoot threes and layups.
Yeah. I'm about to say we got three-point merchants, and it sucks because efficiency is terrible sometimes.
If they brought the midi back, I would have no problem with the three. It's
in my opinion,
threes and drives.
Midi is the most fun to watch. That's me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I love the midi, dude. Like old school midis. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I love hitting those Dirk fades.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dirk fades. Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So we'll get into that. But you got anything else before we wrap up?
This was a really fun episode.
Oh yeah.
Once again, I appreciate you, bro. I love doing this with you, man. This is fun. I want to say thank you to the people. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. I was about to say, put that Hugo back up. From from a brand deal to just continuing to put out content that we enjoy. You guys make this fun for us. Once again, we're trying to make this a livelihood, so please run it up. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube,
Podcast, yep.
Apple Pod, Instagram, YouTube, run it up, man. TikTok especially, please. Because my boy Cole, he works hard on the TikTok. He works hard in general. You guys, he's the heartbeat of this thing. And couldn't do this without him. So just want to give him his flowers. Clap it up, clap it up, Cole. Clap it up, clap it up. But yeah, love you, bro. But no, I'm really appreciative, and thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm really appreciative too. Like I said, we got some big things coming. Don't forget to check out the interview with Connor Newcomb dropping Friday morning. So that will be in 2 days from the time this content is consumed. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy to see how the pod's growing. But yeah, don't forget, check out Hugo House, code FLAG15. That's right, get that 15% off your purchase. Get yourself something nice. Get a nice hoodie, get a nice hat. But yeah, I love doing this with you, bro. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. See ya.